What's going on, guys? Chaseontwowheels here, and today I've got a pretty cool first fit video for you. So I know a lot of you guys have probably heard of Sena. They're the company that make Bluetooth devices. I have a Sena device on pretty much every one of my helmets because, alas, I love listening to music while I ride. But this Bluetooth company just came out with a helmet. They call it the Momentum, and it's supposed to be a fully integrated Bluetooth helmet that's ready to go right out of the box. We are going to be looking at it today. So guys, this is the Momentum Helmet from Sena. It comes in a couple models. We're going to be talking about those later in the video, but I've been riding around with this thing for the last couple weeks, and I've put a ton of seat time into this thing, and I gotta admit, I'm pretty excited about it. So guys, as far as shape goes, this helmet is in an intermediate oval. If you guys aren't familiar with the helmet shaping and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to leave a link to RevZilla. They have a really good article on helmet shape, so read up on that if you're, curious about what exactly an intermediate oval is. But nonetheless, I did find this helmet to fit a little larger than other helmets that I have. Typically, I wear a large helmet, which fits relatively snug, but this helmet's large actually would wiggle around in my head. You can see the helmet moving around a little more than it should. So in my experience, I gotta recommend you guys to maybe get a size down from what you typically do, or get bigger cheek pads. When it comes to battery life, the Momentum fits in with all of my other Sena products, and if you guys have never had a Sena product, you probably don't really understand. The website says the Momentum helmet has a 20-hour working time. That means you can listen to music for 20 hours, and that's pretty regular for all my other Sena products. How it typically works is I charge my Sena product and use it for, I don't know, weeks, and then I'm like, I should probably charge this thing because it's an electronic device. I never know when the battery's low because it never gets low. But regardless, they all work. They all work for a very long period of time, and the Momentum seems to fit into that very well. And with that regard, I've been using this thing for a couple weeks now. And to be honest, I charged it when I got out of the box. I got a little green light telling me that the battery was 100%, and yeah, I haven't charged it since. So battery life. As far as fit and feel on the helmet, I feel like it's solidly middle of the road. It's nothing compared to my Shoei X14. That is a very premium feel on the inside of a helmet. I guess I compare everything to a Shoei X14 these days, but that quality though. Regardless, the Momentum has a really good feel on the inside. I think I wore this helmet probably 4 or 5 hours in one sitting while we were out doing some filming with it, and I never had any sort of discomfort. The liner's that typical removable EPS liner that's quick drying and all that kind of stuff, and I found them pretty comfortable. You guys that are fans of the pin lock system will love the fact that this visor comes pin lock ready. I will say, speaking of the visor, is one thing that let me down was the visor basically has 3 positions. It has fully open, fully closed, and then you can crack the visor. If you look here on the side, you can tell in this little curved area, there's no real notches to have the visor at different positions, so that was a little bit of a letdown. I like opening my visor at different levels depending on how I'm riding, so you're not able to do that with the Momentum because it will move. It doesn't have anything clicking it into place. You can also get this visor in the smoked version. Obviously, we have the clear one here, and the visor is very easily removable. Pretty similar to other helmets, you just click this little piece forward and the visor will pop out. I had no problems taking the visor on and off. I do only have the clear visor, so I can't show you guys the smoked one. I was, and this is personal preference, not really happy with the center latch on the visor. I'm a really big fan of my visor latches being on the side, and having that front visor, I kept finding myself, my hand would move up on the side of the visor, couldn't find the latch, and then I was like, oh right, it's in the middle. So personal preference, I'm not really a fan of it, but everybody's different. As far as ventilation goes, there are 2 vents on the helmet. There's one on the chin and then one above the eyebrow. I found these vents about a middle of the road vent. They open and close with no problem. They click into place and I never had them move on me. I will say the front vent seems a little higher quality than the top vent. The top vent has a plasticky feel and doesn't click into place as much as the front vent does. It has a very good, you click it down, you get a click. You click it up, you get a click. The top one was slightly mushier than the bottom one. Both of them, like I said, worked totally fine though. So final thing about fitment was the use of sunglasses. Now, I told you guys I have the clear visor, so whenever I went out and rode with this helmet, I always had sunglasses on me because I just typically wear sunglasses. And I cannot tell you how annoying putting sunglasses on and off with this helmet is the padding has no break in it for sunglasses, like a little slot, and getting them on was this weird origami situation of like shoving things into the side of my cranium to get them to fit past. It was a pain in the butt, and it was probably, no joke, the thing I liked least about this helmet. If I were you and you like having it dim, I would highly recommend you get a smoke shield. If you wear glasses, best of luck. Hashtag contacts, hashtag LASIK. Just, I would not recommend wearing glasses or sunglasses with this helmet on. Or maybe Sena can just come out with a padding with little slots in it for glasses. That would be so freaking cool. This helmet really needs that. Something I was really surprised with the helmet was actually how much it weighed. You would think with an added Bluetooth device and speakers and a microphone and all that kind of stuff, this helmet would end up weighing more than a typical helmet, and it does. Well, compared to my Shoei X14. Again, comparisons with the X14. It's my official comparison helmet. Regardless, the Momentum comes in at 3.73 pounds versus the Shoei X14 coming in at 3.62 pounds. So a helmet designed by a Bluetooth company that typically only makes Bluetooth speaker systems, you would expect the helmet to sound good, right? Well, it does. That's pretty expected. Now, my 30K that I have installed on my variant is actually louder than what I ever got the Momentum up to. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Installing a Sena device into your own helmet, most of the time you're gonna have the little earphones pressed directly against your ear. So obviously situations like that are gonna be louder. What I found while riding with the Momentum helmet was my entire sound experience was much better than if I used a regular Sena device. Everything sounded much clearer, I enjoyed my music better, and I was actually able to hear a very good difference between the outside noise of like cars and stuff like that, and then my actual music. And it's also not just blaring music into your ears, it's more like putting music in that area of your ear. I don't know if that makes sense, but just take it this way. Your listening experience is elevated in a Momentum helmet. Obviously, you would expect that from Sena taking a helmet and being able to craft their audio experience around what they want the rider to experience. They actually did a really good job with that. All of the Bluetooth functionality in this helmet is actually built into the helmet, and it's not removable. What that ends up giving to you as a rider with this helmet is you don't have any speakers outside of the helmet. You don't have any microphone pressing against your mouth, like the speakers touching your ears. You don't have any of that. It's all built in. There's also a massive lack of wires running through this helmet. You actually won't see an entire wire anywhere on it, so you OCD people are going to love the heck out of this thing. So as far as wind noise goes, I'd put the Momentum on the more quiet side, especially when you click the visor shut. When you click the visor shut, it has a similar feeling to where you put on noise canceling headphones for the first time. When you put the headphones on, nothing much happens, that's the visor open. When you click the visor down, it's similar to when you turn noise canceling headphones off. All the noise around you kind of just quiets down. Obviously the Momentum helmet doesn't have noise canceling. That would be like terrible. You couldn't hear cars and stuff like that, but it just quiets all the outside noise around. It's a little weird to get used to at first riding in a more quiet environment, but I'm telling you, once you get used to it, it is the freaking jam. So guys, as far as controls go, there are 3 buttons on the left side of the helmet. Those are the only buttons on the helmet, and you use those to control all of the Bluetooth functionality that the helmet can do. On the right side, you have a charging port, and that's about it. Using the helmet with those buttons, I found them very tactile, and I really enjoyed the feeling that they have. Even when using gloves, you get this clicky feedback, and it really helps you out knowing when you're going 70 miles per hour that your music is going up or down. So with a built-in helmet, you're gonna have to charge the thing. And luckily, with a 20-hour battery life, you don't really have to charge it that often. But when you do, you're gonna have to use that micro USB port on the right side. Now, something I was a little sad-faced about was you cannot charge this helmet and use it at the same time. So what I did was I plugged the helmet in to try to charge it, and then I turned it on. The helmet will not turn on while it's being charged. Even if you're trying to be sneaky and you turn the helmet on and then start charging it, the helmet will actually automatically shut off. Now, I said I had a sad face, but I can't really be upset about that because There's obviously battery issues if you're putting power in and charging it and using power at the same time. Probably heats the battery up. Not a battery expert, so I'm not gonna get into that, but do you really want to be overusing a battery that's attached that close to your head? You probably don't. My recommendation is if you're for some reason going to be riding for more than 20 hours at a time, actually don't ride for more than 20 hours at a time. That is a terrible idea. But yeah, with a 20-hour battery life, even if you were going on a long trip and you were having long hours riding every single day, the odds of you riding 20 hours at a time is very low. I cannot imagine any situation where that would happen. But all you have to do when you get to the hotel room or your home at night, charge the thing up. It only takes 2.5 hours to charge, and then you're good for another 20 hours. As far as all the Bluetooth functionality that the helmet's gonna have, it's gonna have all of the functionality that Sena's 20 series devices have. So their 20S, their 20S Evo, and most of that is gonna be phone pairing, listening to music and getting navigation over your phone, pairing with up to 8 other people, and answering phone calls. I do appreciate Sena putting this little quick start guide in the box. It's very handy for letting you know all of the little button combinations to do the various things with your helmet. I personally only need this thing to connect to my phone and then be able to connect to another rider. Very often when I'm using my Sena, it's to talk to one other person, listen to music, and take phone calls, and that is super simple with this thing, as the rest of the Sena products that I use. I also went and rode with a buddy who has a Sena 20S on his helmet. We rode for about 4 or 5 hours, never had any connection issues, never had any dropping in and out, and ironically, we both had to answer phone calls while we were out riding and had no problems with answering the phone call and then jumping back into the conversation. Granted, that's 2 Sena products working side by side, so I'm not really sure how well this would work with like another Bluetooth device. So guys, like I said, this is the Momentum helmet that I have here, but Sena is actually going to come out with an entire line of Momentum models that have different features, and they're going to come in at different price points. So I'm going to quickly break them down, but just know that what I tested was the Momentum, just the regular one. So here's what else they're bringing to the table. So firstly, we just got the Momentum that we've been talking about. That one's gonna come in at $449. Obviously, I've been reviewing that one. You guys know what it can do. There's also gonna be a Momentum Lite that's gonna come in at $399. That's gonna have all the 10 series functionality, which is gonna give you connection up to 4 riders, but it's also gonna give you 7 extra hours of battery life. Now there's also going to be something that I'm really excited for, and that's the Momentum Pro. Now this thing's gonna come in at $599, but with the Pro model, you get everything that comes with the Momentum, all the functionality, but it's also gonna include a 2K camera at the top of the system. That's so freaking cool, cannot wait for that one. So guys, the next one I'm really excited about, and that's Momentum Inc, INC. What Inc stands for is Intelligent Noise Control. Now this isn't noise canceling, but what it's supposed to be able to do is give you control over how much outside noise you want inside your helmet. Now I told you guys earlier that the Momentum is already a quieter helmet, so if you have a helmet where you can control how much outside noise you want, so like while I'm riding down the highway, I don't want to hear that crap, so I tone it down. My buddies and I are riding in the mountains and we get to the top and everybody's talking. I want to raise it up. Like, from what I understand, that's what it's going to be able to do, and that is really freaking cool. I obviously have not tested that, but I cannot wait to get my hands on it. And the Momentum Inc is going to come in at $549. Now, there's also going to be a Momentum Inc Pro. So you're going to have the Momentum with the Inc technology with the camera on top. So guys, obviously the Pro in these names means the camera on top, so that means the Momentum Inc Pro is going to come with the helmet, the noise canceling technology, and the camera up top. And I'm also wondering if that noise canceling technology is going to come through on a microphone, because hypothetically, if you have the Momentum Inc Pro, you might have a motovlogging camera, like call it a day, done, no wires needed. That's tempting. Sena, I see what you're doing, and I need to test out a Momentum Inc Pro. Just saying. Really excited. That's probably the one I'm most excited for. So guys, as I said earlier, the Momentum comes in at $449. I don't know how they got to that price point. Consider this for a second. A 20S Evo costs $269, which is a phenomenal Bluetooth device. I have them on my helmets and I absolutely love those things. But if you take that price away from the $449 that this Momentum helmet costs, which has the same technology on the inside of it, that only leaves you with $180. So if you were going to go out and buy pieces separately, you could get a 20S Evo for $269, and then you'd have $180 to buy your own separate helmet. So with that mentality, I went on RevZilla and I looked at what helmets were available for $180. Now they weren't all terrible, but let's just say they weren't my favorite helmets. So the fact that you're able to get a helmet with integrated Bluetooth, because these helmets, if you bought it separately, you'd still have all the wires and stuff like that. To have an integrated helmet with Bluetooth, the 20 series technology for $450, that's a hell of a bargain. That compared to this cordless stuff, I really don't think you can make a better pairing that is the same price as the Momentum helmet. So guys, let's talk safety for a second. I mean, it is a helmet after all. So this helmet is DOT certified like pretty much every other helmet that you would be riding in, unless you get some sketchy random helmet off of Amazon, you know, or a brick. But regardless, it's DOT certified, it's road legal, it's good to go. The helmet actually comes with a 5-year warranty, and the electronics inside the helmet actually come with a 2-year warranty. Now I do gotta mention that the electronics on the inside of the helmet are not removable. You cannot take those things in and out. The helmet has everything built into it. So guys, I know this helmet's not gonna be for everyone, but if you're like me and you're a huge Bluetooth user, the ability to just buy a helmet and it's ready to go out of the box and you can just grab the helmet and go ride and boom, you have all your Bluetooth, you're listening, your phone calls, you're connected to your friends. That's a really good thing to have, and I think it's gonna be a really good addition to have in the market, along with the other different models of the Momentum helmet that Sena's gonna come out with. I think the helmet personally looks solid, and for Sena to be able to get this helmet to a $450 price point, which is hardcore medium of the road, and you get the Bluetooth integration, I think that's fantastic, and I'm probably going to make this helmet my most recommended first ride helmet, like for your first helmet that you get when you start riding. Not only is it gonna let you have the Bluetooth functionality, but you're not gonna have to worry with installing this stuff on a helmet that you're probably not used to. Also, if you're a fan of integrated systems, like everything working together, I'm highly going to recommend this helmet for you as well, because you don't have to worry about getting this Sena device and installing it and having these wires running. Everything just works on the inside. Now, some of the people that I would not recommend this helmet to is for track days. For one, obviously you need to be having safety as your top priority at a track day, and I would look for something like Snell rated, DOT, ECE. I would want all the ratings for a track only helmet. And also, you shouldn't really be listening to music while you're at a track day. I mean, I'm all down for like smooth jazz, but I wouldn't want that going while I'm racing around a track. So some of the other people that I would recommend not get this helmet are you guys that are looking for a little premium on the inside of a helmet. You know, I know there's some guys out there that only the softest materials can touch that pretty face. For you guys, I wouldn't really recommend this helmet. Like I said, the liner is a little middle of the road, and if you're looking for the liner of something like a Shoei, you need to get a Shoei. You're not gonna get your little integrated Bluetooth and that really premium liner feel. So guys, if you want to know more info on the helmet or pick one up for yourself, I've left a link pinned comment down below. These helmets aren't available as of making this video, but you can pre-order them and they will be available soon. If you end up buying anything from that link, you actually support the channel, so massively appreciate you guys that end up purchasing anything on RevZilla after clicking on that link. The support is awesome, fam. So guys, let me know down in the comments, do you like this whole integrated Bluetooth system, or would you rather keep it Bluetooth device and then buy your own helmet? All my lights just shut off. Awesome, I guess that's my garage telling me I need to get the hell out of here. So guys, let me know in the comments if you like this integrated system, or do you like keeping your Bluetooth devices separately? I'm all freaked out that my garage is black now. But guys, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you like more motorcycle related content like this. Also guys, Sena accidentally sent me 2 of these helmets, so I have 2 larges. I clearly don't need 2 larges. So what I'm gonna do is run a giveaway on the helmet. If you go over to my Instagram at C2WPics, you will be able to see a photo of the helmet, and I'm gonna pick somebody that comments on there, and I'm gonna send the helmet to them, no free charge, all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna ship outside the US because shipping charges would kill me, but jump over there, follow me on Instagram and like that photo, and you could get yourself a free Momentum helmet from Sena. Guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels. That has been the first fit video of the Sena Momentum helmet. I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. Later. Now I can, this is freaky. I'm gonna go figure everything out now. All right, outro crew, deuces. That's a wrap, I think.